Good morning, guys. Last class we have discussed about the HTML table, how to create the table, what is the use of creating table, what is the syntax for table, what is use of tr tag, what is use of ts tag, how you can use row span, how you can use column span. With practical we have seen. We have spoke already about the spanning rows and column, how you can span if you want extra width for your rows and column. That also you can define using spanning the row, that is the col span, that is column span, and you have the row span. We have seen both example. We have now additional table element. We are starting from here now. What is the additional table element? You can use the something called caption. You are seeing here the caption. Caption can be used. There is a one element that is called as caption. Caption. What is the use of the caption element? Caption element is used to provide brief title or description of table. If you want to define the description of table, you have to use caption, and it will improve the accessibility of tables, and it is actually recommended. People use, why they use the caption, then you will get to know that okay, what purpose this table is there, and you will be understanding. So use the caption side, that is the CS property, to change the position of the caption below the table. If you want to change, you can use the caption side and you can change it. What are the element we have? Further we have element t head. Okay, you can see here, that means table header. T foot, that means table footer. T body means table body elements. So these three elements you can use to define the brief about your tables, and mostly you will find most of the web pages these elements will be used when you want additional table elements. You can see the example here. What we have used here, we are using the same way. We are creating the table, the same syntax we have to use. We have used here table, then we are using the caption. You can see here I have defined the caption 19th century something. So whatever you define the caption, it will give the heading for the, that means you are defining for the what purpose this table is. Then you can define the column class. You can see here, this is the properties we are using for column. Class is equal to artist name. We have used here for CSS. Okay, and accordingly it is result is getting appear. Then column group, you have another things, that is the column group, and you can define again with the ID, and you have to close these columns. Okay, that is like this one, and you finally you can close the column group. So what will happen here, you can see the first one, it is the for accessibility purpose we are using. So you will get to know that what is the purpose of this table. Then you are going to describe the columns, what column is big and what is the use for this with the style. Next you have table head. You can see here we have a table header, table head. In table head, what you are going to give? Table row, as usual previously we used to do that. You can see here title, artist and year. We have these three as a table header. We have defined these three element into the table header. Table header could potentially include the table row. You can include the table row in this. Next we are defining t foot. T foot is for table foot, table foot, that means table footer. You can define the table footer before the body tag get appear. I am using here, you can see here I am using total number of painting. You can define into the table footer. You are going to close the table footer. Then again we are going to create the table body. Now in table body, what are the things you require? Then you have to use with the table row. One table row is there, second table row is there. Like this you can add additional table element in your HTML code. So whichever you want, it's all depend on your script, how you want to use, and you can define accordingly. Like this way you have to do that. So we'll see this with the example. Just try this one and let me know if you face any difficulty in this. Next, you have something called table layout. How you are going to use the layout in the tables. HTML table frequently used to create the page layout. Generally we use the tables to create the page layout. Now we are using division tag, div tag also for the responsive website. You can see here how we have used here to design our page layout. You can see here I need one picture. You can see here the picture is here, and we need some information, and then again we need the picture. You can see here I am defining the table, then we need a row. We are defining a row. In this rows, what we want a image. I am using an image as a table data. So this is closed. Now we are defining another table. Okay, in that table we have the other content like castle, leaves, whatever the information you want, you can define. I am defining h2 tag, paragraph tag, and closing. Then again we are using h3 tag for another this kind of image. Then you are using again another table you are going to create, and you can add number of table within the table also. See, I've used here one table. This main table is closed here. I'm using another table. This is also this table used because we have another table inside this. That is one main table you have. This is the main table, and inside this table again you have another table, that is this one. So two table we are defining into one table. You can define like this way, and you can use the layout. There is n number of type. However you want, it's totally depend on your code how you want. That's what I keep repeating you all. It's all depend on your layout, how you want to create the layout. What you have seen the first image that shown the layout as the user would see it. The second has border. You can see here the second one you have a border. Okay, and it will turn on so that you can see the embedded table within the first table, as I said. But what problem you will be facing? You will be getting some problems. What problem will be there? The first of all, these problems is that this approach tend to dramatically increase the size of HTML document. Obviously, if you use number of HTML table document, you have to use table row, table header. It will increase the size of your HTML document. The second problem. What is the second problem? The second problem is that when you use the table for markup, and is that resulting markup is not semantic. As we have seen in a starting first module, we have spoke about the semantic. Then this table will not become a semantic, and you will be facing the problem for the responsive also. Other key problem. What are the other key problem? That using this tables for layout result in page that is not accessible. When you create the page, sometimes it will be not accessible, meaning that the user who rely on the software to voice the content, table based layout can be extremely uncomfortable and confusing to understand. Why it says that it's a confusing and uncomfortable? Because when you have table, again in the table again you are adding another table, again inside that you are adding another table. Sometimes it's if you have more number of table, if you want to define, what happen? Obviously the confusion will be there. You will not be comfortable to use the many tables layouts. That is the challenge and problems we have. That's why it is much better to use the CSS for the layout. Whenever you are going to design the layout, you have to use the CSS. Proper margin, proper padding should be defined in the CSS. These are the problems, and you can solve using the CSS. Now when we talk about the solution for these problems, then CSS will come in the picture. Then how you are going to style the table? We can style the table. You have the table borders. What are the things you can do in the table border? You can do a number of things. You can use width and height. You can define the height and width of cell. You can define cell spacing. That means a space between every cell in the table. Cell padding. That means you can add a space between the content of the cell. See, there is two things: cell spacing and cell padding. Cell spacing, a space between two cells. You have these two cells, take example, then a space between these two cells. And we are talking cell padding, that means the content what you use, in that content, for that you are going to put the space. Next you have the BG color. You can use the BG color for background changes for the table element. You can use the background. What is the background? You can use, when you use BG color, that is for colors, and when you are going to use for background, that means you are going to add any images. You can add background as an image in the table element. And next you have something align. What is the align? Align is for indicating alignment of table in the relation of surrounding container. Whenever you use the container that you are going to align, then you can use the align element. These are the property we have for styling the table. You can see here the example I've used here as a table, and we can define as a table border, right? So in CSS we are using border, then solid border will be solid as you are seeing the here. Then 1 point, we are just defining 1 point, the width of that border, and the color will be black. The same way, if you want, inside you have the table data. You want for the table data also to be border. Then how you are going to do? First you have to define as a table, same, and then you are going to, because you have table data, inside the table data is there, then you are going to define another CSS, that is the table data. Again, for table data, what you are going to do? You are going to define border, solid, 1 pt, black. You can see here the line, the border has come inside the tables. Next, if you want see the difference. Next, I want, see, every table will be, there is some space between that. What happened? Now I want to that table border to be collapse. You can see here what I'll do, I'll use border collapse. You can see the difference between second is output and this is third output. You can see the difference between all three. Like this way you can use the styling for the table. We have further, for styling the table, what are the things you can define? You can define as you want padding 10 pt. You can see here the difference. There is the space between the content, in the content when you have inside the cells, that is the padding for 10 point. If you want the total number of painting, that should be differently. You can see here how the result is there. I am just using, for inside the table I am using border spacing. Now the difference you can see between first and second. Like this way you can style your table and you will get to know the result. Next, boxes and zebras. What is that? When you want like boxes like this way, then you have to define the CSS something like this. You can see here I am defining the CSS for table. Then font size 8.8 centimeter. Then font family, border collapse, border top, border bottom, and text alignment left. Then caption. If you want caption, then caption will be font weight, padding, text alignment, text transform, that is uppercase, and border top, that is the styling. Like this way you can define your table into some boxes. You can see here the difference, totally the difference is there. You can, like this way you can define whatever the element you want. Again I am repeating, this is totally based on your practice. Then only you will get to know the result. Until you will not run the program, you will not get to know that what purpose we are using this. You can see here next the example for the box table. If you want the box, you can see here the difference is there. We are using the table head with the table head and table row. The background color is this, and then you are going to use the table heading padding, so 0.7 em. Same way, if you want different the space between the content, then you are going to use the same way. Background color you are defining the border bottom, that means bottom of the table row, and then you are going to define the color of that, and then you are defining the padding. Like this way you can define as box table you want. It's totally based on your output. Okay, next we have, if you want, when I put the cursor on the table, that is table row, then I want mouse over. When mouse over will be there, its color should get changed. What color should be changed? Then in that case, how you are going to use? You are going to use the table body, because this is the table body you have used, and then you are using table row. You can see here, if you remember that the pseudo selector, then I am using table row tr:hover. Then I am giving the background color, and color will be black, the text color. The same way, if you want to add for further, then you can use table row nth, that is the child odd every. So what is the meaning of this? That means for odd, for even something different color will be there, for odd different color will be there. Like this we will be using the background color with the white. So here hover effective is there, and it's the zebra strips. That means, what is the zebra strips are there? That means you have 10 number of rows, and whenever you see that the different color, one row will be the different color, second row will be different color, third row will be again like repetition of first, third, fifth, second, fourth, like this. That is called as zebras. So like this way you can make the effect in your HTML tables. Now you have to use like this way. You are going to create, this is one of the assignment. You can take the screenshot. You are going to create like this way. So timetable, you have timetable, you are going to create the timetable in HTML. So you have to use this way, create it. I will create one assignment and you can submit this one.